Previously on my farming life.
Today is a bit of a special day because today we're going to be doing a day in mine. We will just chop all this up here, make sure they're all looking good. It's fairly clean in here anyway, so we'll just need the one bale for right now. Make sure it's looking extra good. You'll see the beautiful looking Massey through there is all set and ready to go. Make sure we go over the bridge and like our local seed delivery driver. Cattle are looking good. They're all fed up here this morning at least. All right then, so we're in the pilot seat. We're going. And then, yeah, time to hopefully get this field all drilled up. Hello everybody, good evening and welcome back to my farming life. I hope you all doing very, very well. You join me on what is, at the moment at least, a dry-ish September evening. As we are in our Massey, we're trying to get ahead of the drill because, surprise, surprise, I have caught up and we have a few bits and pieces that we need to be doing over the next few days. So I thought I'd spend a couple hours plowing over some stubble and trying to get a little bit of a few acres ahead of the drill. So when we do put it back on next, I've got a good few days to run at, which is what we're looking into right now. I'm just going to stop here for a second and I'll show you what we're looking like. We are on our new plow. This is our 5-foot. Well, I say new. We picked it up at the auction. I haven't changed the metal yet, as you can see. Some of the points were looking not too great. Some of them weren't looking too bad. So we're just going to give it a few acres, see how it works, and then we can maybe look to change them after that. I just want to get a handle on how the plow's working and how to get it set up. And I'm pretty happy with it. As you can see, the plow's looking pretty level across the board there. I've got it set up well, so our furrows are looking pretty even. And we're not all too bad. Massey's handling it very well. And we're just, as it's starting to get a bit darker here actually, we're just trying to tick along and get done what we can here. And I think we'll be okay. The plan being that this field here will eventually go into second wheat. This has also had lime and a bit of muck on here, which has had a chance to start getting washed in. So you can't see it too well down there, but it is there. Oh, we're putting lights on already. Now it's getting dark. And so yeah, that will be my thinking. And I'm not going to get this whole field done this evening by any stretch, nor will I probably be in it tomorrow, because tomorrow we have a bit of a plan of something I haven't ever done before. But it's our plan that I think we're going to be trying to get some silage cut down tomorrow, believe it or not. Some late September, what will be third cut silage. So there's a few fields around here where the grass has just got away from us completely. So we're going to have a look into that and see how that looks. And then we'll also go up to South Healy and get a bit done up there as well. But that's what we're thinking, at least for now. So we'll see. We'll have to have a look, see how we get going there. But yeah, the mower will be going on tomorrow, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, we'll lift you up. There she goes. It's a quick plow to turn over there. It's quite a light frame plow. Certainly not one of the heaviest ones. So we'll have to see how that goes over time, and almost surprised that it hasn't worn too much or twisted in any way. But mechanically, it's all great. And yes, I am using GPS. Do I need to? No, but wow, just look how satisfying it is to see arrow straight lines, not having to concentrate for it. So yeah, we're going to continue to not use GPS, or to not use GPS, I suppose. But yeah, we'll go for a few more hours and then we'll call it. There was supposed to be a little bit of rain this evening, but I don't see it yet. And that's not even getting that damp. Everything's plowing over there quite nicely as well, so we're not really feeling the effect of that. So we'll see how it goes and continue with it. But yeah, this field is plowing over very nicely. I'm all drilled up. The field just over the fence there has already been drilled. That's got oats in it. And then the two other fields south of this farm are done. And that's everything that we have ready. The plan is to get this field plowed over. There are two on the other side of the farm to go at as well. And then the new land down at Manor Farm too. So we'll have to get into all of that over time. But because we're starting to get a few things ready up at South Healy for a bit of silage work, Uncle hasn't really been doing too much little plowing. So and with that smaller plow on his tractor, it is easy for me to get caught up there. So we'll have to see. So what I did today was roll those two fields that we've drilled already. And then, yeah, get into the plow here and get going a little bit. And I think, hasn't been 100% confirmed yet, but I might put the mower onto here tomorrow and just, if we do get going, and just see how it goes, Just see how we get on. Because why not? Why not? Okay, so around we go. It's such a smoother, quieter tractor to be plowing in. I can't tell you how much better it is. It's really delightful. Everything I've done with this so far, it just doesn't miss a beat. It really isn't. Now, could we have done this with our other tractors? Sure, but we wouldn't have had a 5-row plow in the back, and also, yeah, the 4-row drill, the 4-meter drill is just superb. Really flying through with it now. Kind of worked out some of the kinks I had with it to begin with there, and figured out what's going to be the best approach to take with it, and how it fits this tractor and how it fits my drilling style. But we've made a few changes to that, and we're great. I'm really pleased with it. So. And it took half the time almost to drill that field. It's amazing. It's only 1 meter wider, but we absolutely flew through it, which is great news. Look at that for a sunset behind us. My word, it's not just beautiful. We might try and capture a look at that when we turn around here. Straight ahead down the hill there is an old quarry that was mined years and years ago, decades ago. Certainly not when I was alive, but that's down there, and it's pretty deep actually, and has a bit of water in there at the moment. I'm sure there's some other wildlife going on in and around there, but nice little quiet area. And it's nice because it just allows this field to drain really well. All of our drains that we put in just go straight down that side there, and we're away. So that's nice to have in our area. What we do have to be a little bit conscious about though is what it looks like for anything running off this field. Any herbicides, pesticides going straight into that body of water there, that is a definite no. But we shall see. Okay. Then we go one more time, and look at that for sunset. Just brilliant. We still haven't got onto those beans yet. They're not quite ready. I'm hoping that will be in a week or so maybe, but we'll see. I'm not too fussy on that one, and the combine's parked up there ready, and we can't really do anything else with it now, so it's out of the way. All of the ground up at South Healy is yet to be ploughed. Depending upon how we get on down here, I might send Uncle up there with the plough just to kind of get ahead a bit there as well, because I got a few fields to get drilled up there too. But we have lots to get going with anyway, so it's always good to be busy. We're just gonna stop here quickly. Bam! Oh, look at that. Massey in the sunset as well. What a picture. Okay, well. You know what, I think, because like I say, I'm not in a hurry to get this plowed over this evening. I'm not going to be on the drill tomorrow. We'll probably just get to the end here, and then we can leave it there. It's just nice to get, like an hour's work clocked off, and make it a little bit easier to get going with in the morning. Besides, I've been in this tractor for quite a bit today, so I can probably do with a bit of a time off, and might have to go and do some more paperwork there and get a few things on one of my apps loaded up properly so we can keep an eye on our field tracking, and then we'll be all good to go there. I'm hoping there was a ridiculous idea going around Bungle's head the other day to try and get some hay made. And that promptly reminded me that it's the end of September. That's not going to work very well, and the weather's not going to afford us that much time to make it. We haven't got a good week, but what we probably have is about 3 days of average weather. And average weather is something I can probably work with to get some silage bales made, so that's exactly what we'll look to do. You know what, I can feel actually with that plow a little bit of a change in the conditions. I think some of those wearing metals may have worn down a little bit more, so we might be seeing a little bit of a knock-on effect from that. So I guess we'll have to just keep an eye on that one and see. Anyway, let's just get ourselves taken on over here. We're going to park ourselves back up in the shed. The rollers are stuck out here by these bales just for now. One thing our yard is not is spacious, and having a lot of equipment around there, especially this time of year, is a bit annoying. So where I can, I was just in the field over the road there with the rollers, so rather than take plot some mud on over, we just shoved it back there for now. It'll be fine. It'll do a great job. And yeah, we should start to see a bit of progress with that soon, one would hope. It'll be nice. Oh Lord, let's not do that. There you go. Perfect stuff. And we're going to park up in the yard. Bungle's got a sprayer on the back of the 7810 as well. That's still his spraying tractor for now. Again, small, light, quite agile. And it's currently got dual wheels on because the ground's pretty soft in places. But, you know, he's still able to get on with what he needs to do. And yeah, let's go and park up. I'm also tempted. There's a bit of grass on that field there that it might be worth going into. Call me crazy, but you know, it might be something we think about. Oh, cousin was just there somewhere. Didn't expect to see him around here. But yeah, we've got a few yard jobs to do around here as well. Get everything mucked out. We're probably going to be opening that pit soon, and maybe next day or so. There's the drill. Could do with a wash down already. But you can see what I mean. We're getting a bit tight here, so we'll have to see. There's our sprayer, and I'll just probably... you know, roll that over so it's out the way of the sprayer. And then we'll just stick ourselves further forward here. We'll leave taking off the plow tomorrow if that is indeed going to be a thing that we do. We've got a weight box in the front as well. We'll have a look at that in a second. Down goes the plow. Alright. Look at that for a fancy weight box there. Absolutely beautiful. Love that. It fits very nicely. Same color scheme and everything. Looking great. So this little sprayer here, this is a little Schaefer sprayer on the back here as well. It's about 21-ish meters wide, I do believe. Like I said, it's on the Ford. Just does a good job. Happy with it. The issue that we may have soon is that it's not very efficient, this thing. Your ability to control the rate of application pretty much exists through the taps on there, and all you can do really, let me show you if I jump on into the cab here. All you can do really is base it off your pressure that you're putting out through that dial there. So whilst it gives you something, the ability to adjust it quickly is not there at all, which means in this modern day when pesticides and herbicides, liquid fertilizer prices are so ridiculously high, that's not very good for me. I want to be able to have a little bit more control there. Now the other side of that is as well that if we ever looked at a new sprayer, what do we do? What tractor do we put it onto? It wouldn't be this one. You'd have to put it into a new one. So there's that to go with it. New sprays, if you're going to go for a trailed option like this, are astronomically expensive. And the other thing is, well, I can't use them because I don't have my my licensing for that yet. Bungle does it all because he's got his granddad license, as they call it. So he and uncle could do it. And they do split occasionally, but I couldn't do it, nor could cousin, without going through, I think it's is it PA1, PA4 certification, something like that. But yeah, wouldn't be for me. But, you know, we'll cross that bridge at some stage. So yeah, that's the one thing. If I could update anything, next significant expense, it would be a sprayer. I'm half in the mind of just sacking it off, selling that to someone who can probably use it as a Bowser somewhere, and then just getting a contractor in. That might be the easiest way, but... you know, we will see. We'll see what that looks like. But like I say, it's getting on a bit in the evening. We've got plenty of work that we can go and do tomorrow, and we'll see if this rain comes, what that looks like, because we'll probably get the mower on if it doesn't rain. And then we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna get out of here because I'm disturbing the cattle and they're getting a bit loud, so we want to leave them to do their thing. Probably shut a few gates on my way out here, and then yeah, we're set. Another good day down. Lots happening and lots still to go. So we'll catch up in the morning and we'll see what we can get up to. All right then, so it's morning. We are about to get going with some mowing actually. It's a beautiful start to the day. It's lovely and sunny. But as we get going with a bit of mowing for next year's silage, we're actually going to open the pit right now and see what our current pit of silage looks like. So... the plan is we're going to go around with the telehandler there, just crack open the sheet and see what we're looking like, what the pit's going to be, if it's going to be any good, and how we can expect this to go. On the front here, before we do that, we're going to have a look at this, a couple of implements that we've recently acquired. And this is not a purchase that I made or really kind of knew too much about, but it's the Robert telehandler implements really, because there's a handful of them. This is going to be our silage grab. I don't know why we've gone for that version with the tines on. It's not going to leave a very tidy face on the front, but we'll see how that looks. But what I do like about them is they are blooming solid. They're very well made. We've got like I say, the silage grab there. We've got the general purpose muck grab as well, and a slightly more, slightly smaller bale grab as well. So. We're going to use these and we're going to get going with it, but for us to be able to do that, we need to open up the pit there and see what the damage is, see how well it's been compacted. There's bits that I'm not too happy about with it, to be honest, but we'll see how it goes. So let's see what this looks like. And there you have it. Maybe opened up a little bit too much here, but there it is. This is going to be the first year of silage, or the first part of silage for us really, for the winter months with our beef stock here. I don't think it looks all too bad. I don't think it's going to be, it's not quite as bad along the corners there as I thought it might be. It could have really been compacted a little bit better, but it is what it is. We'll have to see. Let's see what Bungle thinks of it as well when he gets on over here. All right then, how's that looking? You know what? I'm quite impressed. Better than I feared it would be. It's looking all right. It's dry. There's not too much mold up here at all. It smells pretty darn good. I think we'll be on for a winner. Oh, it seems so, like. Seems so. We'll have to see what it's like. Proof's in the pudding and all that. But yeah, it should make a good mix. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to fill you up with the telehandler. So if you want to go and just get in the forward there, make sure that's all rolling around. And I'll get to you in a second. Alright, right. There you bother. So in here we have a... like I say, this is grass silage. It was made around... oh, geez, what would it be? Early May, I think, give or take. And what was interesting was when we were making it, we had a real good batch of great sun. A few days of really nice sun. So that was a real good starting point. So hopefully that will continue. And well, for baling for the next few days at least. But yeah, what that allowed was for some really sweet, nice smelling grass there. And I'm hoping that's going to really increase the sugars in here and made it into a very, very good grass for our cattle. We're not just feeding silage directly though. We are feeding silage. We're feeding Zabela hay in here already. We'll put a bit of straw in for some roughage, and we also have some mineral additive, which essentially it replaces what we would be having in there if we were to have maize growing, for example. We often have tried different things like sugar beet in the past there as well. We don't have any of that growing at the minute. We've tried a few different things. They've mixed results, to be honest, but that is the whole concept, at least in the plan. So I think that's emptied out there. We'll stick another load in there. So yeah, the idea being that we get a nice, varied, high-calorie, high dry matter diet for these cattle with lots of proteins in there, because ultimately we want these fellas to put on a bit of weight. And that's going to be perfect. So that's the whole premise, and that's the whole plan. And we'll have to just keep monitoring it and see. We have frequent conversations with our meal rep, who comes over to make sure everything's good and see how we're getting on with our cattle with weight production, and just to see if we need to change anything. That's not all quite out there, but yeah, that by doing so we're able to really adjust what the currently the diet is. And what we can get. Obviously, we want to be able to achieve maximum results for the less financial inputs that we can. In an ideal world, we'd probably look to grow some more of our own crops and to be able to facilitate this. But really, when you think about it, we haven't got the space or the clam space to grow maize. Literally nowhere to tip it. We, again, similarly, I don't have anywhere I could store beet that will keep it nice and dry and out the way. Like I don't even have a hard stand anywhere really, so that would be a bit of a non-starter as well. So all these different things you have to kind of consider, and so it's a bit of a tricky situation for us. So we're always trying to see if we can find a better solution, but we're just not there yet. Let me know if you've had to do anything similar there, and if what you're currently using to feed up with. But that's what our plan is, or that's what we continually run into in terms of problems. So we'll see. Grab though seems to be working pretty well. It's always a bit of a messy start when you're opening the pit up for the first time, but we will get going. And the great new thing is about when we get through that pit there, it gives us a little bit more space to park machinery in. This yard is becoming the biggest machinery parking lot I've ever seen, so we really need to get finished with some work down here so we can get some of this park back up at South Healy out of the way. But we'll get this all loaded up anyway. We're just about there with the silage, I reckon. Maybe one more. And okay, let's try and get that corn done a bit there. Okay. So yeah, we'll be feeding our ration here. Still going with the twice daily. Get them fed up there. It's easier for us to keep an eye on it. Our mix is small, so rather than fiddling around twice, trying to fill it up in each yard there, we can just go for two separates and get a better outcome there. So it's exactly what we'll look to do, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we have had the conversations about maybe looking into a new or a good used mixer next year, especially if we're going to continue with the cattle. And having cattle across two different yards is not ideal. It's a minefield to try and get them all to feed everything in the morning there, but that's an expense that we absolutely cannot afford to take today. or this year. So we will see. We've got land, a combine to finish paying off for. We've got land leases to sort out and to pay for, and well, this John Deere loader appeared, didn't it? So there's that to consider in there as well. All right, one thing I'd like would be a sunroof, something that would give me just a little bit of an option to see what's happening up there. Anyway, we'll get this all loaded up, and then we'll see how it goes with the feeding. I think that's gonna be me pretty much done here. Let's just shut that down, and then we're gonna take this off. Undo those hoses there. We'll leave Bungle to get that all fed up, and then what I'll do, I think I'm going to want to get past him there, and then we'll put the bale fork on. That's what we'll do, because we're going to have to get a bale of hay into the sheep there as well. Okay, so you can hear the mixer is going. We're going to let that mix through. It's a tub mixer, so it does mix everything up quite well from the bottom and get it all spinning, but it's just one massive big cone kind of blade in there, which will do fine for us. So we've had that for a while, though. It's doing well. Like I say, it's just the size is becoming the issue, so we'll need to keep an eye on that and see. But we'll finish up down here. Bungle will then probably take that up to South Ely to do the same up there, and then whilst we're up there, drop the feeder wagon off, and I'm gonna go and start mowing up there probably as well. We'll get a few fields done up there, so he'll get the tedder on the back, I would imagine, and then the bale is already up there. Put the rake onto a tractor as well and get ourselves set up. We do have some spraying that we'd like to do. Don't hit that, but it's a little breezy right now. There you go. So we're just going to hold off on that until we see what this wind's going to do, and see if it will just quieten off at all, because it's, yeah, like I say, a little bit too breezy to get on with that right now. And but you will see, and you'll have seen it earlier on there, that the sprayer is ready to go, parked around the corner. And this is what I mean. There's just not enough space in this yard right now. We're a victim of our own growth here at the minute, and it's just something that this yard always seemed plenty big enough back in the day, and I could do everything I needed to. But right now, God, I mean, I got plows just parked and perched really around the corner. The yard's full of drills and cultivators and tractors and mowers. Still, at the end of the day, gotta get around there and feed everything somehow. But we're just gonna put another bale into the sheep here. And then we'll see. As you can see, even the sheep field, the grass is growing very, very well. And it's not the only thing. Let me show you something else that's happened as well recently. Just started to notice this emerging in the last day or two. Out of the way, sheep, move. Okay, so having a lot of sheep down here makes it an awful lot easier to feed everything. Watch my pen. And we'll just have to stick this about there. Now, I'm going to trust that if I put a new bale there, they're not going to come after me or even my open gate in a while. Because look at over here. We just come on over to the side of the sheep pasture. Our crops are starting to emerge. We are having our barley coming through, and also the field of oats is starting to come through as well, which is great to see. Really looking well, looking like a great crop there so far, even if I do say so myself. Straight through those double gates there is the cover crop that we put in as well. So I'm really, really pleased we got that up before too much torrential weather. When you have that crop in there, that root structure starting to grow and everything's emerging through, really does help with that soil structure. So I'm very, very pleased about that. And yeah, looking like a great start. What we'll do is park about here. Shut that there gate again. Okay. And so we're gonna just pop around. We'll get these all fed up here, and then we'll see how that goes. And we're probably gonna come back actually, I think, and give a bit more of an in-depth review once we see how it's all going and see what those benefits are. We'll do a bit more of a cattle roundup at some stage, because I want to go and show off how the cattle are growing over at the satellite yard as well. Grass-wise, it's actually not dry to walk through. It's looking pretty good. It's getting a little bit leafy. So we want to get in, and this field we will be getting to today, I do think. I might go and just start up at South Healy though, and we'll just get things taken care of up there. Just to see what's going on and get a few things taken control of, and we'll see how we're going. So, yeah, just to wrap up a few things down here, and then it's time to get some third cut silage on the deck. Well, there you go. October silage, third cut, knocked down, looking all right. This field's a little bit a little bit lighter than I maybe thought it would be, but hey, it's in, it's done. We can move on. Another lovely experience mowing with this, I must say, but we are gonna get a bit more done. We're going to well, there's a few fields up here we'll do. I'm not too sure what the quality is gonna be like with this silage, so I don't think we'll go too crazy in terms of how much we actually cut down. And we'll just take ourselves out this gateway straight down over the ford, and then go and see. Bungle should be on his way up here some point soon with a feeder, and you'll be able to get that going. Then we'll get the, I mean, it's dry right now. Oh, this is tighter than I thought. So we want to probably throw this grass around a little bit, put the tether on, get it thrown out, and then let it air out for a day. And like I say, it's supposed to be great tomorrow as well. Oh, look at that piloting. That's just superb. So we'll try and do that and aim for tomorrow, I should think, which will give Cousin a bit of time just to tinker on with his baler there. I think he wants to do, and then we're golden and then we can get going. So that will be the hope. Let's make sure I don't crack the baler off everything. There's always a little bit of a squeeze as we have to just squeeze our way through here. I think we've got it perfect. Take our time. I'm not going to do this little meadow here. That grass is not very good, especially not for silage, so we're going to leave that. And then we'll go up to the farm, I think, and we'll focus up there for now. Reason we're starting up here and not when we had the mower down at the other yard is a couple of reasons, but primarily everything else is up here. Balers up here, rakes up here, wrappers up here. So rather than shift everything down and shift it all back up, it just made sense to get this all knocked down first. And then once this is done, then we can take what we need back down to Bellham. Combine's parked up. Obviously haven't been able to touch that since we finished over there. I'm hoping that we can get into those beans relatively soon, but you just never know. Awesome. Now we cut silage. We've actually cut 2 cuts of silage off this little front paddock here, and now the sheep have gone from up here. I might look into doing a bit in the back there as well, I think, just to get on top of that. It's been a while since the sheep were moved from there, so that would make a lot of sense. So we might just have a look, see if that's going to be possible, I think. Just to get it started with over there, and that'll be a good area to go with. Oh, easy space. Alright, let's go and see Cousin, see what he's doing. Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm not doing too bad, thanks. What's going on?
We're up here to get a bit of silage cut down. I'm thinking, do we do the paddock in the back where we used to have the sheep? Is that worthwhile, do you reckon?
That's not a bad idea. It has some decent growth to it. I don't think there's been any sheep on there for about 8 to 9 weeks now.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We might as well go and have a blast with it and give that one last going over. And then it's quite dry, actually. The grass that we just knocked down by the entrance there to the farm, that's pretty dry. So I'm hoping. I don't know what you think about this. Maybe we throw it around a bit today and it should be good to go for tomorrow.
That's surprising for this time of year. We can get the tedder brought back up from Belham.
It is, yeah. No, it is. We'll have to get that up. Maybe we can get Bungle to do. He's coming up with the mixer now, so we can get everything fed up here. But then he can maybe get onto that and throw that. Follow me around, throwing everything out.
That sounds like a plan. I've got to service the baler up following the straw. A few tines to replace and chopper knives to sharpen. Okay, no problem at all. What's Uncle doing? Is he around? I think he's starting to feed up, waiting for your dad to arrive.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right, excellent. Well, I'm going to get going. Put this tractor to use. I'll probably start in the back there, actually, see how we get on. Keep an eye out for pedestrians. We'll see.
Sounds good. Have fun.
All right, laters. I'm also going to need that shifting trailer back down at ours at some point there. We've got to get the cattle mucked out there, and we probably... Yeah, they're going to need mucking out here again as well. Always lots to do. It's never a dull moment there. We'll have to just see how that all comes together. Yes, we'll get through here. Gates over behind the farmhouse in the corner. That farmhouse used to belongs to the farm. It used to be for the farm workers back in the day when we needed them. We used to have 2 working for us. And then when they subsequently either left or retired, they weren't replaced. We just found ways to make it work. And obviously with myself and my cousin coming on board there, that was a lot of work that we could take on. So that'll be good. Now, my only problem with this field is that there's a very popular footpath going right through the middle of it. So we'll have to see how many people I have to avoid. But that being said, there's a bit of grass here. Again, some of it's nearly going ahead in places, so it might not be the best quality, but it's going to just be wasted otherwise. And the silage that we make, we probably won't feed it straight away, but it'll be there for us if we need it to in an emergency or for someone to get it. Here, I've been seeing and hearing stories that there have been, you know, some farmers out there who are desperate with poor years last year and even the start of this year. Just don't have much fodder of any sort at all, really. So, yeah, we'll have to see what that looks like. Okay, let's just get this unfolded. All right, and away we go. Hopefully, mower's mowing. That's looking good. All right, well, let's just see how we get on here. I haven't done much in this field in a long time, to be honest. It's always had a sheep in it, so I haven't really had to touch it too much. But used to get very wet in this corner, so we'll see how that goes. But good amount of grass on here, like I say, so we will see how we get going. And I think that's an old derelict shed right in front of us here, so we're probably just going to swing around the corner of that on this side and just stay away from that because it's pretty bumpy on the other side and it's just a bit of a waste of time trying to squeeze through there. And then there'll be a tree to contend with and we'll see. But otherwise, yeah, let's just hang up here. Lovely little cottage down there, actually. Very nice. Okay. Yeah, we'll just go around there as well. Oh, there's another one. We'll just stop for you there. Hello. You're on a mission. Good Lord. There are power walkers around here today. There are an annoyingly large amount of different poles in here as well, but I think what we'll do, because this bit over here is rough and a bit rig and furrow down in this corner as well, so we might not take that bit, and we will just swing it on up here along the side of the buildings past the old cattle pens. A little bit of sorting pens here that we have to use now and again to get everything going, but otherwise it's not a bad shape of field here. And then that'll be us. We'll get this field down. We'll get the other side of the paddock done there as well. We'll have to reconvene with the committee to see if they want us to do anything else in terms of the fields towards the village. But we will, like I say, we can check in on that one. I don't think we will. But, you know, more is more really when it comes to silage. We'll have to see where we're going to stack all this and put a little bit of it in that stackyard there. But there's not a great deal of space. But otherwise, that's pretty much going to be it here for right now, and we will just see how we get going. That is headland number 1 done and done. Yeah, like I say, not a bad looking swath off here. We're going to try and get everything knocked down, thrown around, baled up, and wrapped up very quickly, and then it'll all be probably focusing our attention to back to cultivations and soybeans when they're ready to go. And Massey is shining like you'd expect it to, of course, because it is a Massey. But I am going to go and probably grab a cup of coffee or tea, really. Now I've got myself moved up here, one field done. It is that time to get a sandwich. Probably knock off the tractor first before we do that. That's not a bad plan. And we're set. Quite happy with this. Happy with that setup. Happy the sun is shining in October. Haven't made much silage in October, but here we go. It's the first time for everything, and we'll see how we get on. If you have any questions, do please leave them down below in the comments. If you've enjoyed this, please do consider giving it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more from Simulation for the Nation, and we shall see you all in the next one. Until then, thank you very much for watching the latest episode of My Farming Life. I do hope you have enjoyed. We'll see you all in the next one.